Today is Saturday, June 10th, 2023. I'm back to work on the shower. I have all the components, I believe, to get this thing hooked up. And that is the shower head that we pulled from one of the demos on the mobile homes on the property. I want to replace this red cable, the warm water cable, and take that to the shower. So I'm going to replace that. I'm going to take that off, and I have some tubing, some plastic tubing that I'm going to put in its place and then connect it to that shower pole. And it is a nice bright sunny day. I'm going to take it because this entire last week was rainy every day. We will normally start the day with some sunshine, but then by the time lunchtime comes, it is already starting to cloud up, and then afternoon storms come, which is great. We need the rain. However, this week we did lose power for about 10 hours because when you run a deficit every single day, you're not getting enough sun, your battery capacity runs out of power. And unfortunately for me, I utilized the roof to hang the solar panels because there's so much granite here. Like, the cabin sits on a solid granite stone slab, so it's hard to dig or put solar panels outside. There are places where you can, but I just wanted to use the roof. And it's not exactly due south. It's south and a little bit southwest. So it doesn't really get sun until, I'd say full sun until mid-morning, closer to like 10, 11 a.m. So what I'm going to end up doing is on this side of the cabin where I get early morning sun from the east, I'm going to set up a few solar panels. I'd say 4 solar panels. So I'm going to set up another array right here. Probably next weekend or within the next couple weeks. This will help me get some early morning sun because here in Colorado, the weather, especially in the summer, is very unpredictable. You can start out bright and sunny, and then by midday, your clouds and thunderstorms. And they typically don't hang around. The storms come through and go. But for me, it's been really at solar noon, right when I'm most productive on my solar panels. So that's what I'm up to this weekend, and I'll keep you posted as I go. Alright, so I have it in. It's mounted. Now the outside of this pipe was 5/8 of an inch. So what I ended up doing is, because this is from the 70s and the threads were kind of banged up in the bottom, I just got some 5/8 inside diameter tubing, used a pipe clamp and tied that into here. And then I reduced down from 5/8 to 3/8. So I have a reducer. It's basically a barb that goes from 5/8 to 3/8, and I have pipe clamps on there to tighten it down. And this is not done. I'm going to actually put a T in here to go out to the sink. But in the meantime, I tied right into the existing system. I just got a 3/4 inch to 3/8 connector that has a barb on the end. Put a pipe clamp on that. So this way I didn't damage the existing one that was there in case this whole setup doesn't work. But basically what I'm doing is I'm just taking the hot water from the Camp Lux on-demand hot water heater shower, and that comes down the tube and then right into this shower head. And all I'm going to do is just split it off. So I'm going to give this a try. I have no idea if it's going to leak, what's going to happen. I don't have the gas turned on or anything. This pump will work without the gas. I'm just turning on the water pump to see what happens. So I have no idea if that head's even clogged or open or anything. So I'm just going to turn this on and off switch on. That turns on the 12-volt power to the pump. And nothing. Alright, I gotta check my wiring. I'll be back. Alright, so I believe my problem is in the switch. This happened last year too. These little cheap little switches either burn out or stop working. I'm not sure. So I gotta take this little switch, this on-off switch, out and replace it. I gotta find a better solution to turn this shower on and off. So I'm gonna quick take this out and then we'll give the shower a test. So I hooked up my voltmeter directly to the cable, you know, to the wires coming from the cabin out to the shower. And I am getting proper voltage out here. So it's definitely the switch. So I'm going to replace the switch real quick and we'll try it again. Alright, so I replaced the switch. I know the voltage going to the switch is good. There is a new one in there. So now the moment of truth. I'm going to flip the switch and see what happens. I don't know if that shower head's blocked. I probably should have opened it up. The water's priming right now, working its way through, and there we go. The shower works. Woohoo! Need more water, but it does work, so that's awesome. Good news. Just waiting for the water to prime. There we go. We have a shower. Nice and warm already. This on-demand propane heater works really well. Heats up quickly. You can adjust the temperature to what you like. So yeah, this is great. I'm just going to take some time to take that shower head off and clear it out, and we should be good. This is awesome. Now the next thing I'm going to do is put a T in here and work my way out and build a sink on the outside of here, just to wash your hands. There we go, guys. It's great. What's going on? So you got some progress? Yeah, no, I've seen it. I've seen all the rain and the mess. Finally some sun today. I got that shower head working.
Did you?
Yeah, so I ended up using some clear tubing and putting a pipe clamp on it because I couldn't find a thread that matched.
Yeah.
So it works great.
Good.
So it's really cool.
Good.
So I got to grab a battery. I'm going to put in a sink too on the outside.
I have yesterday after the rain, I was up in the shed, the building up there, and the sink that I took out of here
Right.
has those clamps, you know, to clamp it.
Oh, okay.
I cleaned them all up and got them working free and everything. And
Awesome.
so if you need them, you know, to fasten it down,
All right, I'll check it out.
it's there. It's
Yeah.
on the workbench.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. It was such a nightmare because last week I couldn't get the fittings right, and because it's, I don't know, 5/8 and it's not common. The threading was weird.
They never are in trailers.
So I talked to a buddy of mine and he gave me the idea for the tubing. So I used the tubing and it worked great. So yeah, it's looking good. Yeah, and we did lose power once this week too because of the rain. You know, because when it's solar noon, it's cloudy and rainy.
Right.
And it was just running a deficit, and then it basically just ran out. So it was down for a good 10 hours.
Wow.
And then what I'm going to do is on the east side of the cabin, I'm going to put 4 solar panels because very early morning, like even now, it's getting full sun. So I'm going to try to capture some of that early morning sun early, so that when there are afternoon storms, at least I'm getting something in the early morning before those clouds roll in. I got the sink in. I just built like a little shelf kind of pedestal with some lumber that I already had here. I got this 15-inch little bar sink, and I am just going to tie in to the shower plumbing right here. So I'm just going to splice that line and run it through and put in a faucet. I got a faucet that only does one temperature, since the water mixing is actually done on the on-demand propane shower. I didn't bother with, running hot and cold. You can adjust the temperature on the shower device. And my water line in to the shower area where I'm going to splice it. One thing I failed to think through was that I need a shutoff valve for the shower, because if I have the pump on, the shower is just going to go on automatically. I did have a shutoff previously, but I took it back with all that other stuff. So now I have to go through and buy a shutoff valve so that I can isolate the shower from the sink. So no big deal. I got all the hard work done. Now it's just a matter of the finishing touches. So I'll take care of that next time I'm able. So I was looking for a small table and a lamp for the cabin. My wife found this at a yard sale. I believe 2 different yard sales, but either way, small little table, small little lamp. I don't always want to use the big lights on the ceiling. Yeah, they're LEDs, they don't draw a lot of power, but it makes a difference when you're trying to conserve and your power is only coming from the sun and you have limited capacity for batteries. You need to be mindful of how much power you use. So I'm happy to have a new decoration in the cabin. Starting to feel more like home. Here you can see it's not even, I guess it's around 11 a.m. The storm clouds are already starting to build. It's just the way it is. It'll be nice in the morning, then the clouds build, you have your afternoon shower, and then the sun comes back out. So I need to figure out a way to capture more sunlight in the morning, and that's what I'm going to set out to do. That's a cool cactus.